Any examples here that you might want to share on how to really, give people the right kind of control and agency so that they bring their best selves to work?
So I'm doing some work with the National Health Service, the NHS in the UK right now, Subbu, and it's one of the largest employers. I think it's 2 million people from memory. It employs across the country alone in the UK. And what has happened there is that there's this kind of trend I'm seeing in many sectors where basically great people are beaten down by the system around them. The people go into a system, teachers are very similar, like most workers, they go in to make a difference, right? They have a high degree of intrinsic motivation to begin with. But what happens is the culture around them, the system around them, almost extinguishes that intrinsic motivation. As they end up plateauing and falling, and this is kind of, it leads to this kind of psychological concept called being in a learned helplessness. You feel like
Yeah.
you can't do anything. You're beaten around by the system around you. So what I'm doing there with leaders there in the health system is to look at, actually there's a lot of room, a lot of wide space where you do have more autonomy, and a lot of it is about sometimes being a little bit pirate, like doing things and asking permission later. But we've created such strong compliance-based systems. All these any practice now, any clinic in the UK is heavily inspected, very heavily regulated, and so it's very difficult for physicians to feel like they can make change happen and improve things and make life better for their patients. Right, that's a disaster for patient outcomes and the quality of health. So what we're exploring is what can they do right now with that. And also what I'm finding is if there are a supportive group where everyone is being a bit pirate. I'm working in about half of London with leaders there. In a way, there's a collective permission to innovate.